My name's Owen. I'm a fourth year engineering student doing civil engineering at the moment. Currently projects and training coordinator for Engineers Without Borders.
I'm Jack. I'm a third year mechanical engineering student and I'm also projects and training coordinator for Engineers Without Borders. The next project, as is now known, started probably about 3 years ago now.
Something like
about 3 years ago. It started with our predecessors at Engineers Without Borders wanting a shed, really, to store their things, ultimately. And we thought we'd make a project out of it, we'd make something out of straw, something quite interesting.
And then since we've taken over, we've kind of realised that the practical side of actually building it is actually quite simple.
It's a formality, almost. I mean, that's 99% of the work. Well, we say at the moment, we haven't got to that stage, but 99% of the work seems to be getting it to that point in the governance, how it's going to be funded, who's going to use it, trying to figure out what its real purpose is.
And that feeds back into the development of the project, because when we were talking to different people, when we'd say we want to build this building, and everyone came up to us and said, oh, could you add this space in, could you add a teaching space or this little project area or something like that. Everyone wanted something from the building that if they were to just think by themselves, it wouldn't have warranted their own building. So estates want, for example, something to showcase sustainability on campus. But they couldn't have just made a building for that. But because we've had lots of different people with slightly different objectives, but our building solves all of those, that means we've built a really strong case for the building.
Yeah. It's almost like the project's gone off in two different strands. So you've got teaching and learning side on one part, about the nature of what is a student, about students actively influencing their university. Why don't we do that at the moment, and what mechanisms should be in place to allow us to do that, to work in partnership with the university rather than be passive consumers of knowledge, might say, how can we contribute back. And then on the other side you've got the actual building itself. So you're asking what kind of spaces do we need, what kind of spaces as students would we build ourselves. So we're now at the stage where we have, or we're about to have, a feasibility study from the architect looking down what it's going to look like. We've worked out how it's going to work governance-wise, because that's a big issue, how it fits, how we can take a project that's quite unique and fit it into the university structure. So actually we're pretty much exactly where we were a year ago.
Yeah.
We're just in a much stronger position because we've actually answered those three questions.
So we're going to go back to Capital Space and Communities Group.
CSAG. So we're going to go back to CSAG in July.
Yeah. And then deliver a new project essentially.